Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that needs a moment to calm down. They're a little bit frustrated. We actually have the anger card and the stubborn card with foolish, like as far as the names at the top of each card. We've got I'm upset and I need some time to cool down. Stubborn with the ... So the fact that that follows the I need some time to cool down was kind of comical for me. And then we have somebody that's realizing, feel like an idiot for the choices that I've made. I wasn't thinking clearly at the time. So they're acknowledging over time, okay, I did something that wasn't really the best way to handle the situation. Where does that leave me? Where does that leave us? Right? So I think we have some questions being asked here. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime chime. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I hope you had a nice weekend. I think we're going to start off with the situations deck. That's interesting. Okay, so the access granted card came out. I don't know if you saw me do like the little like squinty eyes. That's me trying to figure out which still have multiple meanings, right? Which one really pulls me in? And it was the hiding. I feel like somebody has access to see a social media profile or has the scoop because they have like friends in common. There's something here that still ties these two people together, but there's no talking going on. There's no like active relationship or connection there. And we know this because we had somebody that said they needed some space, right? I'm angry, give me some time, I'll think about it. And then we can, chit chat. What else do we have? Well, to be fair, they did say they need some space. So we have the meeting card coming out in the reverse. I'm not ready to see you yet. I'm not ready. I know that there's a conversation that needs to be had, but I have to think before I speak, or I have to think before I do things because that didn't go so well for me the last time, right? Hello there, Clarence. How are you doing? So this card came out yesterday, I believe. We have the settlement card or agreement. I'm going to see what this third card says, but I think this is about almost like a gentleman's agreement. Obviously, you can be whatever gender you are, right? But it's like there's something civil but silent happening in this situation. So with trash in the reverse, I don't see a need to cut you off or block you because you are not a drama queen. So like I said, it's still civil, right? We're not like calling each other names or maybe not even like talking crap about them to like good friends. This is just kind of like dead air. All right, let's switch to the tarot. We're going to go with the beginner's tarot. If you're looking to learn tarot, this would be a good deck to acquire, the beginners, because it does list multiple meanings for both the upright and reverse interpretations, along with calling out like the signs that are associated with each of the cards. I'm not getting paid to do that. I'm just letting you know because I know a lot of you do read your own cards or have your own deck. And I do really feel like choosing the right one to learn from is important. I would encourage it to be something that's based off of the Rider Waite, because that's basically like learning Latin before you learn other languages. You're going to understand everything else because almost everything was based off of that, right? So we have the Four of Swords and the King of Cups. Spirit is definitely validating themselves. Look at this is clearly a masculine energy in their feels deciding I need to take a little bit of time. Let's keep in mind this masculine energy could be somebody who is not a male, right? This is simply identifying for us that this is the upset person. They, I think, are experiencing a little bit of a breakdown in terms of how they viewed themselves, what they expected they could handle. Did I say hi, Peggy? Hello, Peggy. I think it's a little bit of a reality check. Like, have you ever had somebody that you know or like work with, like kind of compliment themselves and it comes across as rather self-serving and myopic, or like you don't even, I would never describe it that way. So the way you're describing yourself that way is kind of weird. That's what's coming across here is somebody is just kind of like, I considered myself to be this, but I think I need a moment. I think I need to think about how I handled this because I wasn't thinking clearly. I didn't do what I would normally do, or I didn't handle it as well as I wish I had. So the first phrase on the moon in the reverse is trifling mistakes. That's exactly it. There was a collapse. There was an erosion of a foundation in a connection because of somebody being foolish, doing things that could have been avoided, saying things without thinking them through, hiding things that maybe didn't really, at the end of the day, need to be hidden. But whatever this behavior was, it is rooted in some kind of fear. I don't want you to really know what I want. I don't want you to really know who I am. I don't know that you would like what you see. So this kind of feels like a pretty difficult moment. We might have to see if I've got a couple decks that would make sense. We might have to see if we've got like a Dark Night of the Soul. High Priestess in the reverse and the Empress. Hidden motives, exactly. There was something that this person didn't want to talk about. I feel like that's tied to what made them lose their anger. They might have chosen to get upset over something that seemed rather small, or like it didn't really make sense. Like, why is this an issue? But it's because you just saw the like tip of the glacier. There's a lot more going on that this King of Cups didn't really want to share with you. And I think in part because this individual, this King of Cups, doesn't really look at connections as permanent. Then we have the Empress. The Empress can see through much of this, right? This is somebody who is successful and creative, generous, right? And I'm not saying the Empress is perfect, but I do think that there were little clues that this Empress noticed that made them realize there were some not great things going on here. Page of Swords, Seven of Cups, King of Pentacles in the reverse. Take your time to think before you act. This is what's clarifying our Four of Swords, which is a card that talks about having some time to yourself, rest, relaxation, introspection, reflection. Yeah, take some time. Take some time. At least this person knows they need that time, right? But this is what they're reviewing. I have choices. I have options in front of me. I could go this way. I could go that way. I could disappear and never talk to this person again. I could apologize. This person's trying to figure out how to handle what they did that they're not proud of. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Chariot. Yeah. So interesting, because we have the Moon in the reverse and the High Priestess in the reverse, both being clarified by cards that are in the reverse as well. Queen of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. These are both lovely cards in the upright. In the reverse, not so much. Queen of Cups in the reverse. This is like somebody who doesn't want to let you in, doesn't necessarily have that considerate, or like they're not known for their empathy, right? They might tell you about things that they do, but they're not, how do I say this? There are the charitable people out there that want you to see it. They'll post it on Instagram and they'll say, hey, look at me, I'm at this ride, or I'm working at this food shelter. And then there are those that do good works and don't expect everybody to applaud them for it. And I feel like we have somebody realizing the difference between the two. I think this King of Cups misunderstood this Empress. And now there's a sense of like, sorry, my nose ring's bothering me. Now there's like a sense of insecurity. And I think like almost being a bit ashamed, because they were focusing on the wrong things. And this Empress was like, oh, okay, if that's how you want to handle your business, I'm not going to be anywhere near your business. Toot, toot, beep, beep, I'm out. The Chariot is the fastest moving energy in the deck. So this Empress was like, that's cool, I'm out. So either this conversation ended very quickly, like it was a staccato note, okay? Done. I think this person did expect a little bit more of a conversation, and this Empress was concise. Here's my issue. Here's why you're the problem. I'm just kidding. That's not what it was. More like, these are the rules for me, and this doesn't work for it. For those of you who know tarot, you know what I was just talking about is very Queen of Swords energy. I'm perceptive enough to understand what your behavioral patterns mean in terms of how you feel about me or how you're willing to treat me. It doesn't matter which of those it is. I don't care if you love me if you can't treat me well. And I don't care if you treat me really well, but I can tell that you don't love me. Do you know what I mean? Like, this Queen of Swords has assessed the situation and deemed it to be like, I don't know if I want to say like a waste, but something that is like retro, like taking her back to old things that she doesn't really. Okay, so the other day I was cleaning my closet and I found my volleyball uniform from high school. I'm not young, okay? This is a long time ago. And when I tell you that I put that little like polo on and it fit, it was weird, okay? Like, I wouldn't wear that out in public, right? It's amusing, nostalgic, like, oh, that's funny. This person's like, yeah, no, there's something really like sweet and comforting about you and I having history, but it doesn't mean that I want to like revisit it. Six of Cups in the reverse. Living in the past. I don't want to do something that makes me feel like I've gone back to something I worked hard to get away from. So I feel like this Queen of Swords has established boundaries based on previous experiences with people that were disrespectful. Okay. There was definitely a line crossed here. I don't feel like this Empress energy, Queen of Swords individual struggles to make clear this is where the wall is, or this is the kind of respect I expect from you. I feel like that would be pretty clear, right? So if somebody does something that is unjustifiable or indefensible, it's not like the Empress is going to sit here and be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You defended it. It doesn't make sense, but it's okay. No, this Empress is going to be like, I mean, I think I was pretty clear that this was disrespectful. And then you did it again, or then you did it anyways. So I don't really see any reason to like continue. Ace of Wands in the reverse. I would rather maintain this stability, this calm, this balance in my life than let somebody like you in to create chaos. Like, I'm happy regardless. But if you can't, I kind of want to say play by the rules, but I don't feel like it was that like rigid. If you don't want to treat me the way that I want to be treated, then you don't get to treat me anyway. At all. I treat myself. This person's just like, I can create this Two of Pentacles, this balance. Doesn't that look peaceful? Kind of, right? Hello there, Carrie. How are you? Then why would I let somebody in here and just like rock the boat and make things complicated or chaotic? Like, I remember as a kid hearing, as long as you're staying under my roof, you'll show me respect. And kind of like poo-pooing that, right? Like, I don't always have to respect you. But as an adult now, it's like, no, that makes a ton of sense. If you're in my space, you show me respect or you get out. That's how it goes. So we have the World, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Pentacles. What a change, because this is directly underneath our King of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody is thinking to themselves, have I been mistreating good people? Have I been overlooking good people? Have I been assuming the worst of people when there are actually still good people out there? Those are the kinds of questions, right? Why did I react this way? Or why did I mistreat somebody who was being good to me, who was being kind to me? Unfortunately, it did require this person walking away for the King of Cups, King of Pentacles to like figure that out. But there's a change happening. And regardless of what happens between the Empress and this King of Pentacles, I do believe that they're both on a better path now as a result of having encountered each other. So it could go either way. Some of you are just like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I learned something, or I validated my boundaries, how I think of myself, whatever it is. I learned how to be a better person. For some of you, that's all it was. For others of you, there's another round, but this person has to figure out their shit before that could happen, right? Oh, you are funny. So I'm literally telling you, that could be it. But some of these people might be coming back. What is that? The Knight of Cups is somebody who has daydreams, goals, thoughts about what they'd like to create. This is somebody who's in the energy to make an offer in love, right? And we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is about coming back around. You saw me walking away, but now I'm coming back around. This person is struggling to actually make the decision to do so, but they are thinking about, how do I come back? Judgment in the reverse. I haven't made the decision yet. I know that I should. I feel it, but I haven't done anything. All right, let's get a few from the Earth and Bone Oracle. Number 8, the Blood Moon. Illusion, uncertainty, confusion, secrets, egotism, and narcissism. So be careful. Some of you are dealing with a narcissist, and that is why that is tied to part of their anger here, okay? But I don't feel like that's the majority of you. I do feel like that would be relatively low percentage. So that would be validation for you, not like a light bulb going off, right? But under shelter, number 1, here's the Blood Moon one, by the way. Under shelter, we have spiritual growth, revival, accountability, and healing. Okay, my guy. So this King of Pentacles is working on some stuff, okay? They know that they created confusion. They know that they were being secretive or withdrawn. They weren't really accessible, right? They weren't emotionally available. So the question is, are you willing to do some growth? Are you willing to focus on this? Or are you going to continue to let it be that cycle? And it looks to me like they're choosing, I want to actually do something about this. I want to become a better person. Hello there, Sid. How are you doing? Let's get some additional info from the Morgan Career. Moon in the reverse again. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so the song in my head right now is, you can't always get what you want. I think this person is talking themselves through this is just maybe something that I fumbled, that I can't have, that, whatever, I did it wrong. I did not come correct. I think this person realizes they have fumbled seriously, and there might be a good apology that they could create, but they don't know if they could actually repair the situation. It does feel to me like they're kind of chalking it up as a loss as far as the connection, but they're wondering if they can fix what's broken within themselves, right? What can I do so that I treat people better in a situation like this in the future? Oh my. Whew. That's a wild ride to have the Hierophant next to the Devil. Okay. And the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This person is definitely thinking about a relationship. and is obsessed with finding a way to address the fact that you are not speaking right now or that you are upset with each other right now. What can I do about this? They're not really finding it easy to focus on anything else. All right, we got some cojones showing up. What? Come on, man. We had this happen yesterday too. It was at the very end of the little square spread that I do here, but like Seven of Swords is not my favorite card. This is like dishonesty or possibly like moving in silence. That's like the positive reading of it. But here we have the Emperor, the World, and the reverse. Something isn't over. This Emperor is going to take action. I'm not going to just let this slip away. I'm going to at least make an effort, right? But the more I look at this, the more I do feel like this is actually like moving in silence. Like I can't tell anybody what I'm doing because they might mess it up. What? No. King of Wands in the reverse after the Queen of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups. Why did you have to come out in the reverse? Oh, King of Wands. Why? Let me just... I'm pulling a card on that King of Wands. Inner conflict. Okay, so it's like, I know that I want to come forward. I know that I need to apologize. I know that I need to at least try to go for some sort of like forgiveness or closure here. What I can't make up my mind about why I haven't actually made a move yet is I can't decide how to actually approach this thing that I want. It's a little bit like Tommy Boy energy. Like, I want this, but if I go for it, it might end up in flames. Isn't that what happens to the little like toy that he plays with? I think it ends up being, it's like a little toy car, like literally destroys it. This is like, I have to be strategic. It's like this person's going to war. I have battle plans. I have strategy. Okay. I'm going to make it work, you guys. Just you wait. All right. Let's get a few. This is the Gilded Reverie. It's in extended Lenormand, which is fun. There you go, Peggy. Her advice is to use John Cusack and say anything as a role model for all the King of Cups, King of Pentacles out there. Emperor. I should call you the Emperor. Oh, shit. I didn't even mention when we have the Empress, they're at opposite corners, you guys. This is wild. There's still a line through here, though. I can feel it. This is potential divine counterparts, okay? Because the Emperor and the Empress coming out in the same spread, these are people that are on the same level, that understand or want the same things. It just might take a little while to like get that worked out, right? Okay, so we don't read these in the reverse. We have the Birds, number 12. This is about communication. So yes, there is going to be communication. We have number 33, the Key, which is opening a cage. What, pray tell, is in the cage? It's a flower. I'm pretty sure that's a rose. Florists, feel free to call me out, but I think that's a rose in there. Yeah, I may have hidden this away from everyone and not wanted anybody to know that I have a heart. But I do. Number 20. Number 20 is the Garden. This talks about community. Okay, this is really strange, but I'm going to say it anyways. Okay. I feel like this Emperor wanting to communicate with this Empress and apologize realizes that there is a meeting space, a community, like a book club or a bar. And that's the key. For some of you, this is like, I know I can find them there. So I'll run into them, and in person things will be easier because I don't know if I can send like a text message. That like weirds me out. So I'll go where I know I can find them, and then we can like talk in person and I can read body language. It'll be better. For others of you, this is somebody who's like straight up like, all right, we have a mutual friend. I'm going to reach out to them and see what they would do to help me. Like there is something here about the community, friendship, or like a public space where they feel like that's going to help me be able to actually have this conversation and get my Empress back. So hi there, Tiana. How are you doing? Sorry, it's right at the end, but I'm glad I saw you. All right, let's leave it there. I hope you all liked the reading. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you on the next reading.